So if you're into sim racing, chances are you've seen what happened. I don't want to say the word because I think YouTube's starting to like penalize without saying it, because I've said it a few times and I lost a lot of traction. I don't know, maybe the quality of the content went downhill. Maybe that was the thing that affected it. But if you would like to help me out in that aspect, then you can always press the like button to kind of help show YouTube that these videos aren't that bad and that you can show them to other people as well. So one thing I have noticed though, that we've all noticed, is how much that it affected the market for simulator racing gear. Prices went sky high for second-hand stuff, going for more than the new product is sold for, just because so many people wanted it and there's such a big boom and the supply wasn't there. So prices got really rocketed up. A lot of people had a lot of trouble. And I would imagine there's still some people that wanted to buy simulator gear, were really excited to, and they couldn't get it. It was on pre-order for the next 3 to 6 months. When they finally get stock, it sells out instantly. Prices are too high. Some businesses are jacking their prices up because they know they can kind of manipulate the situation. The good news is, as of last week and the week before, I've seen the trend that I knew would eventually happen. And that's the fact that with a big boom of people, and people are like sheep a lot of the time, right? If you've got a lot of people have friends that like a particular sport, well then they'll like a particular sport as well. Like, people are pack animals. We like to feel involved, share interests with people. It's not a bad thing. It's actually very good in this aspect for simulator racing and racing itself, because it's the only sport that really could operate virtually. You can't really play FIFA online competitively as well as everyone can jump in a virtual race car and race with a racing simulator at home. You know what I mean? So in that aspect, it's really good. It built it up. Now the player base will always be bigger, always will have benefited from this time. But not everyone's going to stick around and continue to have that same passion. People lose it. People realize they weren't actually interested in that in the first place. It was just the hype. Whatever it was, the prices of products is coming down. I've seen it on a few occasions. Every now and then there's just really good deals randomly that you'll come across. But I've seen it enough that I feel confident making this video. And the fact that it's pretty much kind of like a public service announcement. What I want you to do is keep your eye on the second-hand websites. Facebook Marketplace. Everyone's got a Facebook, so nearly everyone in the world should have a marketplace that's going, and people list stuff all the time. And you can get some really good deals on there. And a couple of the good deals I've seen is financial stress, like people having divorces, right? And they spent $4,000 or $5,000 on a full simulator that they need gone this month, this week, this next fortnight, whatever it may be. So they're actually getting rid of it for really cheap because they need it for it's unfortunate happenings. They need it for certain reasons and they've got to get rid of it. Or people are just downright sick of it and they're just selling their stuff off. So I've seen a couple good deals. Keep your eyes out for that. We'll have a look and see if we can find anything on Gumtree right now. Let's kind of see what we're playing with. Let's go all of Australia now. Everyone will be a little bit different wherever you may be in the world. And we go racing simulator will be the key word we're looking for. And let's see what comes up. Always search by most recent. You never want to go lowest price because you don't know what's going to come up. Could be a bolt for one, and they could have been on here for ages and they're cheap because they're not good. Most recent. You want to find the best deals that come up really like today or yesterday. 5 hours ago, looking to sell next level racing cockpit with the following all in good working order. G27 wheel, quick release shifter, handbrake, the full get up. I would never recommend buying a G27 just because it's the older variant of what they have now, the G29 and the G920s. And you never know when they're going to cut ties to that firmware. Okay, so that's my concern with buying older stuff. Full racing cockpit and simulator. Yesterday, Campbelltown, that's kind of like driving distance. Next level racing FGT cockpit, as you can see, $800 brand new. Logitech G29 steering wheel, you're looking about, because the price is still probably jacked up, $300 for them, Australian dollars. So you're already looking at a $1,100 setup if you would buy it. Brand newish, maybe $1,200. Pedals and shifter, not shown on the photos. Near new, used 3 months. So here you go. Someone that purchased it within the hype period realized, you know what, don't really like it that much. I'm going to sell off my stuff. So it's not the craziest deal, but if you were waiting, that's a good one. That FGT can go into a Formula seat or a GT, hence the name. Scrolling down, yesterday, Racing Simulator cockpit. Yesterday, Racing Simulator cockpit frame. Thrustmaster T300, that's really, don't buy that. That's overpriced as buggery. Racing stand. Racing simulator for Xbox. Fanatec simulator rig. What do we got? V3 pedals, brake performance upgrade. CSL Elite. Like, there is some good products going on. And what I'm going to do in this video is pick the one that I would recommend the most. Which one, if it was me, had no setup at all, which one I would go for. So if I was being honest, none of these are really blowing me away. They're trying to milk the price a little bit, but I'm confident they're not going to sell. Right, the boom's gone. Leave it another week or so, and if you just continuously check this, you can set save settings so that when there's a new update or someone's added a new product to that market you're interested in, especially on Facebook, I know it definitely works, and Gumtree. I don't know about Craigslist and things like that. You can get notified about it, so it's very good. Now this one, what we got here? GTR Simulator can add a Logitech G920 wheels for $200. So that's good. Logitech G920 wheel, pedals and shift, $200. That's very good. Mint condition works good, never any dramas. GTR Simulator black model with real racing seats, gear shifter mount, and triple or single monitor mount. So $900 for the frame. You'd have to get him down. He bought it May new this year. So look at that frame. I've never heard of a GTR before. Well, that's a brilliant photo. So for that frame, I would pay, right, $350, $400 be pushing it. $400 for the, let's say, because it looks pretty sturdy, right? Good seat brackets. $400 for the frame, and then you got your TV mount, an extra $100, so $500. What else has he got? Gear shifter mount and triple or single monitor mount. Gear shifter mount, $50. So that's only probably worth about $650, I would say. Chuck the wheel on. So you'd want to pay like $900 for the lot, $800 for the whole thing, not on top. So the prices are not there today, but I believe I did take screenshots of the ones that I'm referring to that I saw last week. They've probably been snapped up already because you gotta be pretty quick, but the deals are coming up more and more because people just want out and they're not going to sell it for this much. And if they are selling it, it's by people that are not being patient enough. They've probably been waiting all this time, or maybe they're just a kind of impatient person, been snapping stuff up. But fear no more, the prices are not as crazy as they once were. If I do have the screen caps, I'll put them up on the screen for you to check out. Now, if in the other circumstance you actually have secured your own rig or will soon, one of the games you might be interested in, and this is how we're going to finish this video, is Automobolista 2. So it's a new game. Some people aren't super fond of it, but I think it's a brilliant game, and they are consistently adding new content. So this is a June update, right? They've been doing an update every month. They've added in, I believe, 2 new tracks, 3 historic F1 cars, 2 more cars. It's like 5 tracks, sorry, 3 tracks, 5 cars in this month's update for free. They've also got new free stuff coming. Hockenheimring is free as well if you pre-ordered or bought it in the last, up until up until the end of summer sale on Steam or something like that. And so what we're going to do now is jump in, test out these second-hand rigs that we may have all got or have been looking for, and just round out the video checking out this new Automobolista 2 content. They're having a good old 3-lap race. All right, so let's check it out. Definitely going to do a race, okay? So let's check out the new cars first of all. Well, there's more in here. I've never seen the Puma GTE. So we've got new cars into the Copa Classic there. I believe 2 cars maybe. These ones are kind of, look at that spoiler though. Whew. That's right, the power to weight ratio on point. Now the hot cars aren't brand new, but it's something that I did see added not too long ago. Heaps of carts. Oh, it's a shifter cart. It was the That one of these was new. I can't remember what category. There's so many now. Well, Sigma P1 was not last month's one before. I know we have some more stock cars and stuff coming, so maybe they haven't updated it completely. But I don't believe that I've seen this car. Real drive V8, Formula Classic Gen 3 model. I definitely haven't seen that livery, so maybe it's just an updated version of that. And it's got Husinveld on it. So it's cool they've got proper branding going in the game now. Mantel Manufacturing. They look really nice. So what we're going to do is jump into this Husinveld car, as we have here. And let's try to pick a track. I am not familiar with that one. Historic 1988. I believe this is a new track. Let's try and work it out. Opponent settings. 90, grid random and same class. Brilliant. Let's try it out. That's your fault for not yielding the position, AI. Let's check out this new track. I've got an idea. I've done a few kind of test runs of the layout of it. AI's been crazy. Let's just see what we can do. If we crash out, we crash out. But we're trying out. Oh, the wheel spin. Trying out some new content on a track that's actually really fast. So cars linked around the outside. Get off the curbs. These things hate the curbs. Flat out. Briefly into fifth. Oh, losing traction. Still cold tyres. Oh, on the verge of losing it. Up the inside. Thank you. Give me some room. Actually, I did overshoot a bit wide there. So far, so good into second. They're really fast at the main straights as well. They get off the line a bit quicker, in my opinion, when they exit a corner. Stuff that one up. The left here, I can't really remember. Must be a pretty slow one. Oh, it's that one. And then into the hairpin right. Fair enough. Locking the rears up a little bit. Alright, one lap done. 4 to go. A lot of like fast entry tightening corners. Really unique track. Flat out. Thank you for first place. Alright, now no mistakes. First time we've been out in the front of all these kind of restarts we've been doing as we're letting the track. How's he so quick? Someone please tell me how he's so quick. And why they're so aggressive. It's on 60 aggression. Oof. Alright, no really indicator to see how far they are behind us. So I can see my fastest lap time. Still pretty hot on our backside here. Currently doing 131.8. Definitely have a lot more time to get out of this track. Sometimes I get confused on what corner I'm up to because I haven't done enough laps of it. Ooh, not 2 gears at the same time. Classics do not like that. Lap 4 or 5, can still see them in the rear vision. All exiting the... well, they're all definitely on the main straight by now. Please no. Oh, I tried to go a little bit wider to get a good exit there, but gee, nearly lost it all. And hit that one much quicker, maybe even 4th gear. Then tightens into a left. Oh, big left. And then left, and then is it another left? No, this is the one that goes in the hairpin. This one's a fun one. Just like how it almost dips and takes you around a little bit. Get off the grass, please. 1 more lap to go. Somehow took a second off our time there, so I don't know how that happened. Okay, tightening 3rd gear. Good exit. Onto the straight. Flat out. 5th. Tightening 4th. Into a sharp left. 2nd. 1 gear at a time. Oh, Jesus. The rear stepped out, a little bit too much braking. We'll try to take this one 5th coming in, tighten up to 4th. Something different. A bit clunky. Please, 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 please. And 3rd. Oh, no, that one should be 4th. Too late to learn, because now it's the last lap. Still should be quicker than our previous, I believe. Favourite corner in this track, definitely. Into the hairpin. Tightening. On the verge of wheel spin as we exit. And there we go, really clear lead. So the problem there is, once you get out in front, this game's pretty easy, you know, with 2 seconds quicker than them, 7-second gap in 5 laps. But if you're stuck in it, the AI, it's not very forgiving. They're very, I'm doing this line, and not kind of taking to the fact that where the player is, things like that. So hopefully they can change the code a little bit as to, you know, if the player is in a position to go for a dive bomb, that they kind of take that into account there and give you some space. But anyway, a little bit of a interesting way to end the video. Checking out a bit of a game, just playing a bit of racing simulator. Hopefully you guys find some really nice deals. They are out there and becoming more and more easy to find as people are getting out of their hype train of racing simulators. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.